In this video, we'll show you how to install the perimeter wire in your garden. The following video instructions can be used for the iMOW 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. It also applies to the corresponding EVO variants. Before you begin, check the user manual and the quick guide to see if the special cases described in them for the routing of the wire apply to your garden. This is also a good opportunity to double-check the garden sketch you've made previously. Use the install kit of your choice to install the perimeter wire in your garden. We recommend that you start routing the perimeter clockwise, starting at the docking station. To do so, guide the wire into the cable duct on the right side of the docking station. Leave an iMOW ruler length of wire and mark the wire with one of the supplied cable markers. The wire will be connected to the dock at a later step. Next, run the perimeter wire through the base plate and make sure that it is flat and firmly secured in the channel. To route the perimeter wire around the mowing area, use a fixing pin to secure the wire directly next to the docking station, running the wire at a right angle to the station at a distance of one length of the iMOW ruler. Then guide the wire further around the mowing area. The iMOW ruler helps to quickly determine the required spacing and lengths at which you have to route the perimeter wire. You can also use it to determine the correct wire distances at corners and angles in no time at all. Route the perimeter wire along the outer edge of the mowing area as indicated by your sketch. Make sure that you do not kink, cut, put tension on or cross the perimeter wire during installation. To firmly secure the wire, pin it down with the fixing pins, with the pins being no more than 100 centimeters apart. The pins should be sunk fully into the soil. Regularly check the distances of the perimeter wire to the outer edge with the iMOW ruler. Restricted areas that should not be navigated by the iMOW must be installed directly while routing the perimeter wire. To achieve this, route the wire away from the perimeter in the direction of the restricted area. Make sure to comply with the minimum distance of 55 centimeters. If in doubt, check the quick guide. Ensure that the wire runs back to the perimeter in parallel lines, close to one another. The perimeter wires should not cross each other. Drop-off edges and water areas require a clearance of 100 centimeters from the edge. No-go areas must be blocked off at a distance of one length of the iMOW ruler. Level, navigable areas can be wired directly adjacent, as the iMOW can simply drive over edges of less than 1.5 centimeters. Remember to install the connecting point for the guide wire during routing the perimeter wire. This connection point should be placed at the furthest point from the docking station. To do this, secure the perimeter wire at the intended area with fixing pins and form it into a loop with a length of 15 centimeters. Cut the perimeter wire at the end of the wire loop with a wire cutter. We recommend that you leave some wire reserve during installation. This will make it easier to make corrections at a later date and will allow for future adjustments in the garden. To do this, lay 100 centimeters of perimeter wire in parallel lines, close to one another, without crossing the wires, and secure the wire reserve at the center with two fixing pins. Afterwards, you can continue routing the perimeter wire around the garden according with your sketch. If you wish to route more guide wires, for example to guide the robotic mower specifically through confined areas of less than 2 meters, you can install more connecting points on the perimeter wire. The steps for this are the same. At the intended point, the perimeter wire must first be secured in the soil and formed into a loop with a length of 15 centimeters. The loop can then be cut open at the center with a wire cutter. As soon as you have reached the docking station again, install the perimeter wire at a distance of one length of the iMOW ruler at a right angle on the left side of the docking station. Then pin the perimeter wire close to the wire channel on the base plate. Measure the 3 widths of the docking station with the perimeter wire and cut the wire off accordingly with a wire cutter. Then guide the wire through the clamps in the base of the station and pass it through the left duct. Finally, guide the wire through the interior of the housing and mark it with a cable marking so that you can later match it more easily. This completes the routing of the perimeter wire, and you can start to route the guide wire.